Velkommen til Tøjhuset i Fredericia, som i aften byder på Terror, Nasty og de her unge gutter i Swartzheim, som simpelthen får lov til at sparke ballet i gang her inden alt for længe.
Jeg så Terror på Bakken.
På Bakken?
Her i sommer. Og det var klokken 11 om formiddagen, og jeg havde rigtig mange tømmermænd. Ja. Og så en af vores kammerater, han hævde mig op af teltet og sagde, du skal med. Jeg sagde okay. Og så var det den første koncert, jeg længe har været til.
I har en EP ude.
Jeg har den.
Ikke Sympathy af den her. Ja. Hvordan med den? Jeg kan ikke huske, hvor længe siden den kom ud.
Oktober. Ja, oktober.
Ja, okay. Stadigvæk et lille nyt barn.
Ja, det er jo kun et halvt år gammel eller sådan noget cirka.
Ja. Hvordan, når I laver nummer, hvad er processen omkring det? Nu talte jeg med Nasty lidt tidligere. De laver alt i studiet. Ikke noget før eller efter. Har I en anden procedure end det?
Altså, vi laver det øveren, så kommer Joe eller mig med et riff, og så bygger vi en sang ud af det, og så diskuterer vi rigtig meget, bliver sure på hinanden, og så kommer der en sang. Ja.
Fedt.
Det er sådan, det foregår.
Vi ser mega meget frem til at se jer i aften. Er der et eller andet, I lige har lyst til at sige her afslutningsvis til folket derude? Eventuelt alle dem, der går glip af koncerten i aften.
Det bliver herfedt, og så tage på Bakken, og så se os der.
Kom på Bakken, ja. Det var godt. Og så er jeg over, I ikke er til.
Eller spot.
Ja, eller spot.
Ja, vi spiller til spot metal. Kom der.
Ja, kom der.
This next one goes like this. Listen.
So welcome to Fredericia, guys.
Thank you very much.
So this is the first show of the tour. So are you ready? Are you pumped? Ready to go and tear Fredericia apart tonight?
We are very ready to go, but also, especially me, I'm a little bit nervous because we got like something new going on the stage. We got a new bass player, so first show with him.
So you're the only one nervous, or just one?
I'm not nervous.
You're not nervous. You're just another day at the job.
Not another day at the job. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Not that I'm shaky or something.
So you're more like a kid before Christmas. Just want to go.
Yeah, it's time that we go again.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Let's fucking go!
You're touring on your latest album, Heartbreak Criminals. So can you tell us a little about that? It came out last year, right?
Yeah, last year in August.
In August?
September? No, September.
Yeah. How do an idea turn into a record in the Nasty camp?
What we do is like we are like unprepared in the studio and write everything in the studio. So it's like we come up with ideas in the studio and just try to like make it as hard as possible. And
okay.
That's the way we work.
So no writing when you're on the road?
No, never.
Okay. So
also not at home. So
also not
we meet up in the studio and start writing stuff and start straight away recording it, like doing like pre-production and everything.
So you're in the studio quite some time then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Like the whole process is pretty long. Like for the last record was like 1.5 years maybe.
Okay.
But it's not like every day.
Yeah, we're not every day.
So it's like sometimes we're once a month or something. We just
we were like very chill. We had like no stress recording the last record, so
okay,
very easy with that.
Okay. I was scrolling through your Facebook, and I couldn't help to notice a little Dolph Lundgren theme going on. There was a little Masters of the Universe, and I think it was Showdown Little Tokyo with him and Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Or is there something about these old 80s
It's
movies?
just because the drummer looks one like dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if you like wanna like put both next to each other, there's like
So
who's the dad now?
so he's fucking
who's
huge.
the copy? Who's the...
I was thinking, if Nasty were to make a soundtrack for a movie, you can pick one from the 80s, the 90s,
for a
one
movie,
from
like,
present day. Everything is open. But
I go for Flash Gordon, but the one with the E in it.
Okay, and why?
Parody, because it's an amazing movie. Check it out.
Okay.
I go for Heat.
Heat. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
For me, it's like an all-time favorite
Yeah.
movie.
This is where the devil starts.
So I'm sitting here with Martin from Terror before the first show of the tour,
Yes.
which, lucky for us, who are here tonight in Fredericia, is
Yes.
getting kicked off right on this stage in a couple of hours. So are you, now I've seen Terror before, so maybe a stupid question, but are you good to go?
Yeah, definitely good to go. I mean, I arrived in Europe a couple of days ago in Germany, so I've had a couple days to get used to the time change and everything.
Okay.
So yeah, we traveled from Germany overnight to here in Denmark by bus. So yeah.
You're touring on Pain into Power, which is like album number 8 or something.
Good question. Somewhere up there.
Yeah, so somewhere up
it's a lot. You know,
And
by
you
this
joined the
point.
band right after Always the Hard Way was released or
Yeah,
something.
well, no, it was before the record was
it was before.
released, but I didn't get to. I hadn't when the album was recorded. I wasn't in the band yet, so I didn't get to play on it. But
Okay.
I'm like in the layout and listed as a member of the band and everything.
Okay.
So that was my introduction. Yeah.
And the level of energy in your shows, how do you keep up with that? How do you keep your body up with that?
I mean, I don't know if my body physically keeps up with it, but mentally I'm in the zone, you know, and I think that's really what
That's
matters.
just
If you're feeling it,
what drives it.
yeah, you know, if you're in the moment and you're feeling it and everyone else is feeling it, then you kind of feed off of that, and that's what gives it to you, you know. It's this, I guess if it was this like low energy show, then, you know, the crowd wasn't participating and whatever, like playing some other type of music, maybe it would be harder to kind of pump yourself up if you needed, but you know how this goes, and I'm sure anyone watching this knows how this goes and has been in these rooms before, seen these shows, so it just kind of comes naturally, at least for me and for us. Maybe it's harder for some other people, but I don't know, I feel lucky that it doesn't take much to, you know, be in it, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
get in the zone right away.
Yeah, exactly.
This is your stage! This is your stage! Let's go! Let's go! First time, I feel tonight!
one question about the Can't Help But Hate song. How did Corpse Grinder end up on that track?
Just ask him.
You just asked him. Easy as that.
Scott was the one that directly contacted him, and we toured with them. We did a full tour with them once, like around. It had to have been in the first year that I joined the band, maybe the second year, but it was early on when I joined the band.
A long time.
And it wasn't like it wasn't just like a regular, 4 or 5 band tour. It was kind of like this traveling festival. Some shows were outside, some of them were in like small arena type places. It was called the Sounds of the Underground. Cannibal Corpse was on it, Behemoth, Guar. And this was the first time for us meeting a lot of these bands. But anyways, Cannibal Corpse was on it, and we kind of like clicked up because we met them and then realized that we had a lot of similarities, especially with musical taste. A lot of those dudes grew up listening to hardcore, especially New York hardcore, like in a specific era, like Agnostic Front and Youth of Today and stuff. And one night after the show was over and everyone's kind of hanging out, they used to do these barbecues every night. And I might be getting this a little bit wrong, the details, but we have this memory
We're
of
not
like,
gonna double check.
yeah, I mean, we can't at this point, so you're gonna have to take my word for it. But it was like we were chilling outside, and Corpse Grinder rolled up with like his own little, kind of like a boombox with his iPod attached. And I swear he put on Youth of Today, Break Down the Walls, and like just set it down and blasted it and like knew every word to every song. It was like moshing around and stuff like that in this parking lot in the middle of nowhere at night. We were like, kind of blew our minds, and then we, got to talking about all the stuff that he grew up on and how we love all the same stuff. So we kind of like kept in touch a lot after that, and we played shows together here and there. We'd see him around all the time whenever we would play in Florida. If he was home, he'd come to the show. And same with some of the other guys, like Rob, the guitar player, Rob Barrett. We had like a very tight relationship. It came time to record that record, and that song was written, and it just kind of, I don't remember, it was probably Scott had the idea of like having someone else feature on the song, and it just made sense to have him do it, especially lyrically, because the lyrics were already written and it just fit really well. Kind of hit him up and asked, and he was down right away. So he did it, no problems. It blew my mind, blew all of our minds, and I think it really kind of was like, I don't remember ever seeing anything like that happen before, that sort of crossover with a hardcore band having like such a prominent death metal dude on a song before, and it worked out great.
It worked out perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite songs, and like it's really cool. And like now there's a lot of hardcore death metal crossover these days, especially with a lot of younger bands, because they're dudes playing death metal that when they were probably like 15 or 16, they were stage diving to maybe even Terror. Like
Probably
I've heard
Terror.
that story before with bands like Frozen Soul and stuff like that, where when we finally met them, they were like, yeah, we grew up seeing you guys, which is fucking crazy. So it's cool. We'll get to play shows with bands like that now, and then we play that song, and we can always get someone to hop on, and even though it's not Corpse Grinder, it'll be someone who like loves Cannibal Corpse and get to do the backup vocals for that song. So it's really cool live.
If you had to choose one movie where Terror could do the soundtrack, which movie would it be, and why?
So that's a tough question, but like something pops in my head right when you asked it, so I'm gonna have to go with my instincts, and there is a reason why. So Last Action Hero. Do you remember this movie? It was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Jack Slater.
Yes, exactly. And like, I don't know if you remember, the soundtrack to that movie was like top notch. Alice in Chains and Megadeth,
Big Guns,
Queensryche and stuff like that. Yeah.
AC/DC.
So yeah. So and I remember being, that was in the early '90s, I want to say. So I was
around.
I was
12,
young,
13
How old are
years.
you now?
44.
Okay, so I must have been like 10, 11 years old, something like that. I'm a little bit younger than you, but that soundtrack had a huge impact on me, and at that time it felt very aggressive, even though a lot of those songs aren't that aggressive, but in context back then it felt like this like really harsh kind of soundtrack, and the movie was incredible and had a lot of action, and aggressive music went well with it. So
it was just goofy in the right way.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Yeah, it was like self-aware, goofy. You know, it wasn't trying to be serious and came off goofy. So it was like a really cool movie. And the opening scene, opening with that Alice in Chains song, like "What the Hell Have I," is one of my favorite Alice in Chains songs ever. And so if I could recreate it or be a part of that or something, you know.
Put Always the Hard Way in.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Start it off with that. Maybe I can edit it or something on my laptop one of these days.
Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up here! Let's see some stage time! Let's see some stage time!
Do you have anything you want to say to, if there's anybody out there who haven't heard about Sarah?
Haven't heard?
Some stupid reason yet?
Yeah,
why should they check out your shows?
Well, hopefully if they watch this interview and then you splice in some footage from the show tonight, hoping it's a good show, that'll be enough to kind of...
Yeah, I remember seeing you at the With Full Force in the tent.
Oh yeah. We've done that one.
People was climbing
on the thing. Yeah.
And the next year there was barricades.
I mean, I'm happy to have been a part of that sort of craziness that makes them rethink the way they have
and I just
everything.
Remember the securities. We're just like they fucking hate this band.
I get. If I were them, I would hate it too. I totally understand. But
the crowd loved it, and you're there for the crowd.
That's what matters.
Thanks for chatting with us.
No problem.
And looking forward to see you on stage. In a
looking
few
forward
hours.
to playing. Yeah, hell yeah.
And then just tear this fucking place down.
Yeah. Respectfully though.
Respectfully.